Yeah. How we doing? How we doing, Bugatti boys and girls? Previously on Kimba TV. We talked about all this, and then I also said that I'm not longing any of these single prints. So I'm not in a long. If you're in a long on some sort of sweep golden pocket retrace, that's awesome. I'm rooting for you. You need to get above 37.7 ASAP. It would be much better to, I mean, it's the same thing as Biddy. Bad. Alrighty, it's getting exciting. Hey, how we doing? Well, hopefully I can, do this thangity thang. Very good. Oh, snap dizzle for shizzle. This could go straight parabolic up in this bitch. Y'all ready to get nasty? Ladies and gentlemen, the plan is the plan. How we doing? All right, let's do roll call, because it's going to get nasty here in a little bit. How we doing, Bugatti? Get nasty. Hey, perfect timing, right? I'm telling y'all, man. Let's get nasty. Showing up when it means the most, Bugatti. Kimba, are you in a short? Fuck no. What do you mean? My spot sells are going to start from 39 to 40, but no. But usually you don't want to believe, like you don't want to enter a short that when it pumps on a Friday. But let's let the math play out, you know what I'm saying? Where did I leave off? Folly, Wirtz 8, That Boy Houston, Mog 77. You know what you can do is go watch the VIP if I get into a short. Because the positions are tied together with all exchanges. Remember when we did the TA and I said, yo, if I get stopped out, I'm not gonna try anything. So it looks Gucci. McCallum says the timing is impeccable. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to believe any sort of pump that happens before the market. You know what I'm saying? So if this is your first pump, you can learn. But bro, I woke up. I went to bed hell early yesterday. I woke up. I was like, damn, I got stopped out. Went back to sleep. Woke up. Did work emails. I had my weekly Friday brunch with my Wall Street homies. I showed up at 11 o'clock and I'm not even late. You dig? OI is nuts? I know. Bully Capital says fucking just round trip my entry. Thought the top was in. No, the top is not in. Not even close. Do you remember what number I said I'm starting to sell at? Coinbase just got to 39,000 pixel. Okie dokie. Bugatti. You think that's a fucking mistake, my boy? It's math, baby. It's math. Nixo says, I shorted 39K because I had your sell orders as Confluence. Am I doing this right? No. It's going to go higher. You can start thinking about entering at 39, but don't just take it because I'm spot selling from 39 through 40. Yeah, identify the level, wait for an edge. S&P has a lot of room. S&P might fly. S&P might go Bugatti. Yeah, so 39, if that's you're gonna start, that's okay, but it's probably gonna go higher, Nixo. Burbeezy, Yam Pro, Tom, Daniel Raven, Shaggy, Nixo. If you can remember, brother, this is probably our fourth, 1,000+ move on a Friday. Do you remember the last time we tried to trade this aggressively? It's better to wait till Monday. But yeah, I mean, if we get the OI looking good and we get to a level that I like mathematically, look at S&P, then I might attempt a short over the weekend. You'll see it on the VIP stream. I'll do it on the VIP. There's a reason why we're using different accounts so that we don't lose sync and you guys can follow along. So, but Nixo, I don't think the open interest looks good for a short yet. Shrimpy says, does your group think it's going to be a Christmas rally this year? Well, so Shrimpy, I don't know how long you've been following, but have you been following us? I even said it yesterday. I said, damn, that 4600 gamma. How early did we talk about the 4600 gamma on all strikes? We kind of noticed it last week, and then even like Monday, Tuesday, I was like, but look at the 4600. We've been eyeing that for quite some time. So we've been eyeing 4600 for at least a week, you know, and then more, at least 2-3 weeks, we were talking about it going higher. So, and then Fibception. There really shouldn't have been any surprises. Hunko says, how the fuck he made 180 million at 22? He was the third or fourth employee at Instagram when they sold it for billions to Facebook. Yeah, and that's after taxes too. He actually got close to like 280, I think. Crazy, right? That's Silicon Valley for you, man. Kuiper says, I have a question. You guys have massive experience, but I'm new on it. So don't the institutions take low liquidity with a sweep before a super big pump? Kind of. That's like a retail way to think about it, though, Kuiper. So you should always use liquidity as a confluence, not as a foundation for a trade. You should never be like, oh, there's liquidity there, they're going to go and grab it. That's the most retail shit you could do, right? The bigger concern would be if you didn't have the self-awareness to realize that that was retail, because then you're not going to be able to understand how the other ways that you might think and look at the market might be retail. But I would just say that you got to have more respect for the market than just like that, right? Because if it was that easy, we would all be billionaires. But yeah, it's something to think about, but you would never want to base a trade off of that, Kuiper. Alrighty. Shrimpy says, I've been really busy with work. I must have missed a recap. I'll catch up. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much, Shrimpy. Like I always say, we are fully prepared for this. So it was about 3-4 weeks ago when we were talking about, okay, if we're going to start to break these levels, what's Fibception up there? So there's a reason why we went to the daily.
He just told us to be prepared.
And we did this, if y'all remember. So, and then on top of that, you do Fibception. Okay. Look at what happened right there. Think it's an accident, man? You think it's an accident, man? It's just math, and y'all, resistance just got turned into support. Let's get Bugatti nasty. Johnny English, what is telling you that this is not a sweep like normal? Is it because of the Friday pump thing? No, but I mean, you don't have any. Where's the 30-minute candle close? Where's the 2 consecutive 30-minute candle closes? So if you're gonna go with 30-minute time frame and cough, I think 1 hour is better, but you do you. If you think the 30-minute time frame is good enough for you, then you would wait for this one. And then if you even wanted to, it'd be a little bit hyper aggressive, but you could go swing high, swing low, and try to put limits in right now and see if you get filled. But have 30-minute time frames been the key for a sweep? You got to remember all the stuff that we've seen for like the last 3 weeks. In my opinion, I think 1 hour candles are better to get a sweep structure. I think 30-minute has been kind of fucking with you. Okay. Also, on top of that, Johnny, did you hear the little TA that we did the last couple of days and even earlier about 46 hundo? 46 hundo. S&P isn't there yet. So you don't have confluence. Alrighty. So identify levels. Okay. So Johnny, you know where I'm spot selling, right? So I've already identified levels. I identified the level on S&P. I will wait for it to get there. I'm anticipating open interest and sweep structure at that level. And then if I have edge, if I have confluence, I shall take it. What's going on? Kimba, it feels like, nope, I'm not even gonna read the rest of the sentence. Don't go with feel like, look at the data. Look at the data. You should not be putting I mean, it's your money, but if it were me, I would never risk my hard-earned money on what I feel. I have too much respect for the markets to do that. So, yeah, try your best not to go with what you feel, brother. Look at the data, okay? I'm looking to short, okay? I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the open interest delta. It's been 500 mil. It's ranged between 500 mil and 550 mil for like months. Right now, your open interest delta on Bybit is 483 mil. Aside from Binance, which is probably bullshit, okay, there's no new money. So whether it's 39 or 40, 41, 42, I want to short that. So even yesterday, Callie, when I was talking about, okay, if I get stopped out, do you remember why I put my stop loss where I did? And I said, if I get stopped out, dude, that's the last short attempt. We talked about like 38,050 could be someplace, 38,250 could be someplace, but nah. Alrighty, open interest doesn't look good. So if you want to short, you're more than welcome to. If you have enough edge, I would assume, like for example, there's people that are taking this. And there's people that went, okay, if it's a sweep, it won't lose the golden pocket. And people entered on Kimba Box. On Coinbase, it would have been a full fill. Okay, I don't think it was a full fill on most of the other derivatives, but on Coinbase, it would have been pixel perfect Kimba Box full fill. So if you got fulfilled, your average entry is right in front of the 7.5, right? You can't lose. So 7.5 rotation, 2.36. That means that you do not want it to touch golden pocket. You want it to get rejected at the 0.5 at the highest, right? So you can probably put your stop loss like right behind 6.6 and just get broken even if you're wrong and if it keeps going. So these are the moments when you truly find out yourself if you know what you're doing or not. Alrighty, so imagine these are the moments when it's like a pop quiz and you need to embrace it. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you know what you're doing. So you got to embrace moments like these and do everything that you have learned and execute it. All right, Callie? But instead of asking me, hey, man, what do you think of a short now? I would want you to be like, hey, the open interest and the CVD is this. What do you think of a short now? Okay? I want you to break it down for me logically or what data you're looking at to base your decision off of. Okay? I don't really care if you're bullish or bearish. All I really care about is if your thought process is based off of the correct interpretation of the data. Aside from that, I don't give a shit what you do. Okay? So that's how I would probably answer that. Kaiban says, I hear a lot of people talking about the bull market, but in my opinion, the bull or bear market really doesn't matter as long as you play level by level. Is that right? Kind of, Kaiban. If this is the market, if this is the price action, right, then there's really no right or wrong, but technically longing is the way to go, right? If you're the dude that's shorting and then TPing, shorting and then TP, that's okay too, but it's all about risk reward and easier. So you still should be able to understand, Kaiban, the general higher time frame. Okay, so at the end of the day, you need to be able to look at the data. All right, and I think it's just a matter of time frames. You might be on the 1 hour, 4 hour, right? But you still need to be able to look at the daily and the weekly and look at the data and be able to assess on those time frames if it's bullish or bearish. So Yeah, it's level to level, but you should still be able to interpret the data correctly on higher time frames too, right? But snowing, this is what I would be looking at, brother. Okay. So you see where this fucker is? It's like at 50. So you know what, like if on the higher time frame, if I see this, you know what I want to see? Break through, hit point of control, back test, bullish retest, then we go. You see this? Snowing says, "Oh shit, I wasn't here if that makes sense." Yeah, it's all good. I'm more than happy to do it. But Snowing, I want you to do this yourself. Pull up CME, go to the weekly candles, okay? Do your best to try and figure out this starting point. So it's basically when the price got here. Okay? So this is your value low, point of control, value area high. So in like the easiest way, you would want this. Well, let me this. You have to turn this into support, and then we go. Snowing says, "Yeah, I have a bad habit of not checking those longer time frames. I'm always too zoomed in." That's all right, but you see it, Snowing. Lots of confluence, brother. So, I would expect some sort of pullback, right? Because if it's really bullish, we should turn this into support. Okay? So something like this, something like this, something like this, and then this. And then I'll sell more at like 52, 53, 54. All right? And then like look at that. Like this is like the 33.8, right? Look, I want you to find it yourself, but look. That's 33.7. And then look. You remember when we were talking about, well, that's super fucked up, but you remember when we were talking about 33.8? Look at that. 34,000 all the way through 33.3, 33.6, 33.8, 33.7, 33.8, 33.6, 33.4. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at, brother. I feel like there's a lot of confluence. You see how like I'm simplifying it, Snowing? I'm not gonna really overcomplicate it. And so here's what I would do, Snowing, and I think you kind of already get it. Anytime I have almost a free roll, right? So for example, if you were gonna try to take this, you're risking $100 per coin. That's not that bad, right? So if I notice things like top longers getting trapped, okay, sweep structure, okay, then I might take a shot. And as soon as I can, I will put it into a stop loss break even or stop loss tiny profit, Snowing. Okay. But you gotta be able to look at the bigger picture, right? Yeah, there's a lot of confluence. A lot of confluence. Yeah, so I know what the big picture is, and so I know what the risk reward I have to look for, right? And since it's not at the point of control yet, which is around like 41, right? Which is also Fibception. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of confluence. Snowing says, "Yes, thank you for painting that picture for me." You're welcome, brother. But you know the full rotation play, Swabe? So what I would be thinking about is you see the point of control. You see the single prints. So I think attempt number one for me, if I was gonna short, would be to but I would be looking at this, the single prints, and I would be looking at that point of control. But ultimately, it's the sweep structure, right? I don't really care how high it goes. It could just do that for all I care. But I need candle closes below, and this move up, open interest going down would be ideal. Suave. And the best part is you have extended so far out of like the normality that if you get back below the previous day value area high, guess what? Previous day value area low is 37. And you know, okay, so here, Suave. When does the daily candle close? Fuck, an hour and a half. I'm not gonna be here in an hour and a half. When today closes, when Friday closes, the previous day value area high for today, if we break below it, we're gonna rotate to the value area low. So that would be my sweep, single print, open interest, short with my TP around 376. And this is yesterday's value area low, so it's not going to count, but I would assume it's going to be pretty similar when the daily closes today. If that lines up with around here, then that's probably a long. As long as the day closes today and the value area low for today is reported as around there. House says playing the CCV setup. There you go. Yep. So full rotation, right? So, you know, identify the sweep, right? You do not want to be the guy that gets stopped out on the single prints. You've also got a point of control right there. So whether it does this or whether it does this, that really doesn't matter. What matters is that within a reasonable amount of time, you get right back below it, meaning that that was a swing fail. It failed to swing the price, right? And so 30-minute, 1 hour, whatever time frame you want, it tucks back in here. I'm going to go bink, bink, and then all the way to the 7.5. From the sweep level to the 7.5, I'll put limits. Okay? And it's the same thing, right? As like if you tried to play it there. Iruma. What's going on, Iruma? You Gucci? Lee Kwok says, love you, bro. Get some rest and enjoy. Hey, love you too, Lee Kwok. Lee Kwok, is there anything you want to talk about before I dip? Lee Kwok, you Gucci? I don't think it's really like that difficult. I have the sweep level identified. I know where the single prints are. I know what the point of control is. I want open interest going down. Okay, if it looks like it's going to go up, then I want to see top longers getting trapped. I don't want longers here, here, here. I want longers here indicating that they're getting trapped. But ideally, I have the single print, I have the point of control, so it doesn't really matter what it wants to grab. As it does that within a 30-minute or a 1 hour time frame, I'm probably in the short, right? And then I'm going to just move my stop loss into break even or tiny profit as soon as I can. You guys know that I'm going to go swing low, swing high, and you know there's going to be like a golden pocket right here, right? So even if it does some shit like this, right, I still need to be aware of that. Ideally, the fucker nukes through, goes to the 7.5, does the bearish retest, and then makes a lower low, right? But ultimately, even if it makes a lower low, I'm going to be paying attention to the previous day value area high. If that loses it, then we're going to rotate back down, right? But if that finds support, that might be the long. Okay, in which case, I'm going to go swing high, swing low, and then the 382 is going to be like right there. I'll start shaving to maximize profits. There we go. You know what it is. Hey, longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lions. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a blast. I will see you guys on Monday. Stay safe. All right. See you guys on Monday. Peace, everybody.